Today on the Happy House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff, I'm with Jill Miller, owner of Projects in Person, learning how to make this adorable picture hanger. And then learn how to make this sweet and savory treat in no time at all. And finally, we're back with our favorite scientist, Liz Heineke, learning how to make rainbows in a cup. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Happi. I learned early on things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happy House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. Today I'm visiting Projects in Person in Hopkins, Minnesota. I am going to meet with owner Jill Miller and learn how to make something great. I love tools. I love working with tools. When I heard about this concept, it was so exciting to me. So today we're going to make something, but I also want to learn more about how you started your business.
Yeah, so Projects in Person is a guided DIY workshop. So not everyone's as great with tools as you are, or if they are, they just want to do the fun part of DIY, where everything's ready for them.
What can we make at Projects in Person?
We can make anything from cutting boards to centerpiece boxes to leather wine bottle holders, a bunch of different things that can fit in your home and be styled just for your home.
And is it hard?
No, we make it very easy. But just enough to keep you interested in learning something new.
Why did you actually start this business? I heard ahead of time that you were a teacher.
I love teaching. I love showing people how to do things. I got really into the upcycling and making things for my own home, and there's so many steps, and I just didn't always know where to start, and so I wanted to share those skills that I learned with other people. So today we're gonna make a personalized photo display board.
Okay. The finished product I saw was geared more towards teenagers. Like, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I saw a finished product that you made that said squad on it, which is what she calls her friends.
Right.
It's the squad.
Yes.
So, okay, let's get started.
Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we have these, they're really beautiful, these pine boards, but they're also very plain.
Yeah.
So this is a really fun part, is we're just gonna let you whack it a little bit. There's no right or wrong. You can use this end, the side, hit some of the edges, kind of skid it along.
Fake distressing?
Fake distressing. You can even use this tool if you want to hit into it, just to.
Right.
Oh! Sorry.
That happened.
Fun. And then just do some little tick marks. Some kind of bugs come along and they make little marks together.
I kind of like this pounding situation. Okay, I'm gonna get with the tick marks. How much do you think these boards will cost me just at the hardware store?
So these boards are, for about an 8-foot piece, are about $2 each.
All right, so I've distressed this, now what?
Yep, so now we're gonna stain it. So we wanted to make those indents first so the stain can seep into it and look like it's been there for a really long time. Okay. So there's a foam brush in that tin. And you're just going to completely saturate the board, the top, the sides.
Everything.
Everything.
Oh, I like this gray.
Yeah.
Gray is like my favorite color. This is very satisfying.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
I'm not gonna let it do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Yeah. And then what we'll do is right after you're done covering the board, we're gonna wipe it right away with this rag. You don't want the stain to set too long. It actually gets tacky.
When I come here, like, let's say I wasn't doing this just for television, like if I'm coming to your class, am I gonna walk away with a finished product that night?
Yep, okay. There will be nothing you have to do. It actually comes with picture hanging materials too, so you just go and put a nail at home and hang it up where you want.
All right, so I don't have to pick it up. It's just done.
It's completely done.
Perfect. Okay, so now what's next?
So wipe it completely till it's nice and even and have a nice finished color.
This almost looks like barnwood.
Yeah. This is actually called a weathered gray, so it's supposed to give it that aged look.
I love how that looks. Okay, so now I have these two boards. They are actually dry to the touch.
Yeah.
And now what are we gonna do?
So now we have to attach them.
Okay.
But you'll notice, how are we gonna attach them?
Yeah, how are we going to?
We're gonna have you use a hand tool. So we need to sneak on over to our hand miter saws, and you are actually going to cut the backer strips that are gonna attach the board.
All right, let's do it. See, I'm not good at it.
No, that's great. Yep, there you go. You'll find a rhythm.
And tick.
And you have one more piece.
Okay. Okay, Jill, so we've cut these pieces, which I'm guessing you're gonna attach the boards together.
Correct.
Stained everything. Now, what comes next?
We're gonna place them on the backs, just about 2 spots right on the back of these 2, and we'll set them down there.
Is that too much?
If there's too much, then we'll just wipe it away. The more, the merrier. Yeah, great.
Okay.
I'll have you put an extra nail in each piece for extra security, and we'll kind of team up, and I'll hold it nice and
Okay.
tight for you. Perfect. Great.
I kind of want one of these.
Feel very empowered, right, when you shoot it. Yeah. So now we're great. We'll flip it over and see your board on the front.
It's cute.
It's beautiful. And you can even, why don't you even take a little sandpaper and kind of hit the edges and give it even that beautiful.
Okay.
Now, I went ahead and I made you a personalized stencil. Now, this one says the grandkids. So you want to share your pictures with your family.
How did you make this?
So I have a little, cutting machine that is programmed. I am not handy enough to, or artsy enough to use, calligraphy and freehand it. So this is for people.
Like us?
Yes. And if you see, I'm just pulling it away really lightly.
I have never seen anything like this.
Oh, neat. So this side is sticky, so it's just pulling away. I'll have you hold that part. You don't want to pull it too much because it actually will loosen the words a little bit. There we go. Okay, now it's lined up perfectly. I put a little mark in this corner. So you're going to line up the top and the corner, and the top is a straight edge, so you just make it line up perfectly to your board.
On the top of my board.
Yep. No, we'll make it line up right to the wood.
How does this look?
That looks great. So you could print something off and cut out your own stencil, or if you are good at freehand, unlike myself, you can go ahead and paint that on yourself. Lots of different ways.
All right, but now.
So just to make sure it's nice and tight, I have this scraper, and you're gonna kind of get the corners in.
Yep. It's like a wallpaper smoother.
Yeah.
I actually have seen this kind of applique at my craft store where you can cut things out of it. So I do think that this material is available to anybody.
Correct. We're missing some parts in here, so we just need to put the O's and the D's and the guts, I call them, inside of the letters. So this is the inside of the D, and I'll show you just kind of line up where it is and push it down.
All right, Jill, we have applied our stencil template.
Yes.
And now what comes next?
So now we're gonna add the paint to go in the inside. And this is the part where you have to be very patient. So use the fat end of it.
Fat?
And we're gonna dip it in here, just a little bit.
Like on its
a little bit, yep. And then we're gonna use this as a template, just to kind of dab the excess off. And less is more. So do very, very thin coats, and we'll come back until it looks the way you want it. All right. And if you want it to have kind of that whimsy, airy look, then do less. If you want it to be, a nice hard edge line like this, then just keep going over it until you get the look you want. Okay. Ooh.
Okay, I think we got this.
And then it's ready.
Then what?
This is the true test.
Is this the big reveal?
Yes. And you just pull, you don't even have to be careful about it. Woo!
There it is.
Beautiful.
I love it. I think we have a couple more steps. Can you show me the finished product, and then we'll finish this all up?
Yes, so the last piece we'll do is we'll add the string piece with staples. So we'll use another tool, another fun hand tool, and these sweet little clips that you can display your pictures from.
And then photos go here.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming to the shop and using the tools. And
I loved it. And now I feel like anybody actually could. I want people to come to the shop, but I feel like anybody can make this at home.
Correct, and it's all about empowering people to feel like they can do it too.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Jill.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Coming up next on the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff, learn how to make a sweet and savory treat. Peggy, everyone in my house is a fan of Monster cookies, which I can't believe you don't know what a Monster cookie is.
I don't know, tell me.
So Monster cookies are basically like a peanut butter cookie with, it's like cookies a cookie explosion. It's everything is in there. Stuff is in it.
Can you make it your own, or is there a
I
specific
think
monster cookie?
there are
recipe?
monster cookie recipes, but I don't know why you could not make it your own.
Okay.
But what I am making today is monster bars. I'm going to show you how to make these, and they're always a hit because it's like a sweet salty. Who doesn't love the sweet salty mix?
Yeah. I'm salty.
Are you salty? I'm more salty too, but then like a little.
If there's a little sweet, then
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm making these monster bars in one of my favorite pans, the 9x13. Like everybody needs a 9x13 or 7.
And don't say 13 by 9.
No, don't say that. So, okay. Ooh. So first what I'm going to do is mix our salty ingredients. And honestly, this is just, these monster bars are just like making, for lack of a better term, like making Rice Krispie bars. I mean,
Okay,
it just
I have
is
done
like
that. I know what
melting
that is.
down the stuff. But first we're going to mix our dry ingredients,
Okay.
which is 2 cups of like a Chex cereal. This is corn Chex cereal. 2 cups, so salty. 2 cups of candies, like we're using M&Ms here, just the plain chocolate ones. You could easily put like chocolate chips, or you could put like craisins or kind of raisins in here. You could do whatever. Also, then 2.5 cups of these pretzel sticks, which I have broken in half. Okay. But there's no
One by one?
Yep. That's how much I love you, Peggy. One by one. So there's no reason you couldn't actually just sort of smash them in a bag. I did just grab handfuls and kind of,
Get in there.
Yep. So
Salty again. I like salty.
I know, salt, salt. So we're going to put all those things together.
All right.
And I'm just going to kind of mix them around. Then we are going to take a 1/2 cup butter.
Yum.
More butter always. A 1/2 cup peanut butter. And then 5 cups of mini marshmallows. We're going to melt these together, melt them down. Again, like kind of the whole crispy bar thing. And then stir them into our dry mixture.
Okay.
Press it into our pan, let it set, and
No baking, no chilling. It's just
no baking. I sometimes actually, because I'm always in a hurry and I'm always running late, put mine in the fridge to have them set up for wherever I'm going. Yep, give it a little help. So let's melt down our ingredients and stir it into our dry ingredients, and then we can spread it. Okay. So Peggy, I have melted down the peanut butter, the marshmallows, and the butter.
Yum.
And then now I'm just going to pour it into my dry mixture. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, really?
Here.
Got that? Okay, all right. And I'm gonna stir it around. So again,
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it is pretty easy. Very similar.
Smells great.
My people love to eat this. And it's a really great thing to bring to a party because it's a little bit different. Yeah, and very low commitment. You don't have to like spend, so baking, the thing about baking is you continue to have to bake and bake. So this you just stir together.
Oh, right. Monster Cookies is making
Yeah.
it, and this is,
Yeah, done. Done ski.
I don't really bake either, so this would be good for me.
Yeah, all right. And so now I'm gonna pour it into the pan. And then, as you and I talked about, this does need to set up. So you can rush it a little bit by putting it in the fridge. But when I press it in the pan, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that all of my parts are evenly distributed so there's not too much like gooey stuff on one end. Gooey stuff, it's technical.
That's what it looks like.
And then these will set up and be a delicious, sweet, and savory treat. Yeah. And they look like this when they're done.
Real pretty.
It's really good, right?
Yeah, well, and you were telling me, we didn't bring it today, but the white drizzle thing, what was that?
A lot of times I like to melt down like some white almond bark and just kind of drizzle it over the top and make it just look a little bit more festive. You could even sprinkle like more chocolate candies on top, or do something, or sprinkle like some mixed nuts on top just to kind of dress it up a little bit.
But they look real pretty like that too.
Yeah. All right, Peggy, we did it again.
We did.
Thanks for coming with me.
You're welcome.
We would love to learn about your special recipes, fun recipes, anything you got. Just visit the Happy House Facebook page or our Instagram account and post recipes for us. Stay with us. Up next on the Happy House, we're back with our favorite scientist, Liz Heineke, learning how to make rainbows in a cup. We're back in the kitchen, but it's not about cooking. Well, it's kind of about cooking up some science fun, Liz.
Totally. And cooking is science, right?
It is. Yes. We're with Liz Heineke, author of Kitchen Science Lab for Kids. Wait, are we going to start with some music before we get with our experiments?
Well, of course we are. We always do, right? Do you girls like to sing? Okay, you have to sing after me. Just repeat after me. Are you ready? Physics.
Physics.
Biology. I can't hear you.
Biology.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Whoa, that was some bad ukulele playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, louder. Physics. Biology. Chemistry. Yeah. Okay, that was good. High five. Nice job, Evie. High five. All right, so that was a science song about 3 major kinds of science.
Yes.
And today we are going to be doing a physics and chemistry experiment. Do you guys want to make a rainbow in a cup?
Yes.
Awesome. Can you say density?
Density.
Gradient.
Gradient.
Nice. We're going to make a density gradient, but I call it a rainbow in a cup because that's way more fun, right? This experiment is super easy because all you need is sugar and food coloring and water. The first thing we need is some hot tap water. And Happy over there has a pitcher and has started pre-measuring. And we're just going to pour half a cup of hot tap water into each of these jars.
So this isn't like boiling hot, it's just warm.
It's just warm because we want to dissolve the sugar. So sugar dissolves more quickly in hot water. So go ahead and pour it in here. I'll hold the... So into each of 4 containers, you're going to pour all of it, a half cup of water, all the way. And then Happy's going to refill it for you, and you're going to put it in the other cup.
I'm going to do more.
So to a half cup water, we're going to add different amounts of sugar. And it's always good to label your containers so you know what we're putting in them. So we have these labeled with how many tablespoons of sugar we're adding.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, and 8. So girls, which one?
The girls did this for us. They did.
They labeled it so nicely. Which one of these is going to have the most sugar in it? If this has 2, 4, 6, 8. That one, right? And which one is going to have the least amount of sugar in it? That one, that's right. So let's start adding our sugar and then we'll layer it in our cups. So go ahead and fill up these tablespoon measures. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar in here. Go ahead, 1.
So that's 1 tablespoon.
Yeah.
So tablespoons, not teaspoons.
Tablespoons, not teaspoons. 2. All right, good job. And then once you add it, you can let the kids start stirring. Now the ones that have not much sugar in them will dissolve really easily. The ones that have more sugar may not dissolve as easily. So you may have to microwave them a little bit to get all the sugar to dissolve. So we'll see how this goes. Nice. Okay, yep, now we're gonna add the coloring. So you can do this in whatever order you want to, but this is the order I usually do it in. So go ahead, let your kids add a couple drops of food coloring, perfect, to each of the jars. Okay, that's good, and then they can stir it around while the sugar dissolves. So we'll have to see, we might have to microwave those to get the sugar to dissolve a little better, but we'll just go ahead and keep stirring and then adding food coloring.
So we've stirred in our sugar, 2 tablespoons, 4, 6, and 8 tablespoons.
Yep, and we've made sure that all our sugar is dissolved. So we are gonna add these in order of density, starting with the most dense one, the one with the most sugar, and then moving to the least dense. So there are 2 ways. So we have our little cordial glasses. Can you girls pick yours up? There are 2 ways to do this. Now, one way is to use drinking straws. And the idea is you don't want the layers to mix together, so you have to add it slowly and carefully.
Okay.
See that? So you can see this is going to take a really long time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to pour some of this for each of you. Okay, so that is our most dense. So now we're going to move to the one that has
A little bit less sugar.
a little bit less sugar, and we're going to carefully layer it on. So I'll just show you guys one more time. You can use your straw or your spoon. And I'm going to carefully, see how I'm just moving it slowly down the side? I'm going to make a layer. And can you see that, Happy, how the green is layering on top of the blue? Okay, nice. Let me see. Let's hold this up. Oh, that looks awesome. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, should we add another color?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has 6 spoonfuls. What should we add next? 4. That's right. Awesome. You guys are so smart. Okay. Do you mind if I add Can you see it? Oh, I can see it too, sitting right on top.
I've done experiments like this with oil and water.
So this is different because this is all the exact same kind of solution, but some of the solution just has more sugar molecules than the rest. That's a good question. It's heavier, yes. You can also use an eyedropper for this.
I can start to see the yellow on top.
Because the straw is kind of like an eye drop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring out the red. This is our least dense, right? So do you guys want to use spoons or straws? Can you see the yellow sitting up there? Isn't that pretty? I just didn't add quite as much. Okay.
How's it going, ladies?
You're doing a good job. Remember to go against the side of your container. If you go right into it, the colors will kind of mix together. That's what's tricky about it. So,
Could I please?
and sometimes things won't work out the way you want them to at all, but that's okay. And you're still learning something. So
It's actually funny.
what's
One of
awesome
my
about science.
kids' teachers has a sign in her room that says, "We don't make mistakes here, we make learnings."
That's perfect because that says it all. Okay, look at that. Let's see. Okay, should we hold these up?
Liz, this was lots of fun.
Is a rainbow.
It's a rainbow.
It's a rainbow.
You girls have fun? Penelope and Evie, did you have fun? Thank you so much. Let's show everyone our rainbows.
Okay, everyone hold up your rainbows. Can you show them to the cameras?
Thanks,
nice.
Liz. This was super fun.
Super fun. Whoa, is it swirling?
Yeah.
That is pretty.
Oh my gosh. Aren't those colors gorgeous?
Yeah, it's actually like a real rainbow.
I know.
Rainbow.
You know what would be cool is if you made some purple that was even denser, so you could go purple then blue.
How do you
Wouldn't
make
that be
purple?
cool?
Hey, do you girls know how to make purple?
Yeah. Red and blue.